Have you ever had a moment that shattered your beliefs and revealed a deeper truth? Adi Shankara, the great philosopher, experienced such a moment, leading him to compose the Manisha Panchakam, a poem of 5 verses. Manisha means deep conviction, and Panchakam means 5, so these are the 5 verses of firm conviction. This poem became the heart of Shankara's teachings. Born in the ancient city of Varanasi, the Manisha Panchakam is more than philosophy. It's a personal testimony of realization. At its core is Advaita Vedanta, the idea that there is only one ultimate reality, Brahman, the universal consciousness. This same consciousness, Brahman, resides within every being as the Atman, the individual self. The phrase, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman, captures this truth. The Manisha Panchakam brings this lofty idea down to earth, showing how it applies to our daily lives. Shankara urges us to look beyond appearances, beyond clothes, status, or background, to see the divine spark in everyone. It's a radical call for equality, rooted not in social reform, but in spiritual insight. Our true identity is not our body or social label, but the pure consciousness we share with all creation. Through these verses, Shankara invites us to move from intellectual knowledge to lived experience. This is the journey of the Manisha Panchakam. The story behind the Manisha Panchakam is as powerful as its message. Picture a young Adi Shankara, a renowned scholar, walking through Kashi's crowded lanes toward the Vishwanath temple. Society then was rigidly divided by caste, with Brahmins at the top and Chandalas, those considered untouchable, at the bottom. Suddenly, Shankara's path is blocked by a Chandala, accompanied by 4 dogs, symbolizing the 4 Vedas. By custom, the Chandala should have stepped aside, but instead, he stands his ground. Shankara, acting from habit, asks the man to move. But the Chandala responds, not with deference, but with profound questions that cut to the heart of Shankara's philosophy. He challenges not social authority, but the very foundation of Shankara's understanding of reality. This was no ordinary confrontation. It was a spiritual test. The Chandala's words forced Shankara to confront the gap between his teachings and his actions. He preached oneness, yet acted on difference. In that moment, Shankara realized he had not fully lived the truth he taught. This encounter would change him forever. The Chandala's questions were simple but profound. Whom are you asking to move, my body or my consciousness? Is the Brahman within a Brahmin different from that within a Chandala? He used the analogy of the sun reflected in both the holy Ganga and a dirty puddle, reminding Shankara that the sun is one, regardless of the water. The Chandala exposed the contradiction in Shankara's behavior, forcing him to see beyond outer forms. In that moment, Shankara recognized the Chandala as a true teacher, perhaps even Lord Shiva in disguise, testing whether his knowledge was lived or merely theoretical. Humbled, Shankara bowed to the Chandala, acknowledging him as Guru. In response, Shankara composed the Manisha Panchakam's first verse, declaring, "If someone realizes they are pure consciousness, not the body, they are my Guru, regardless of caste." This is a radical statement of spiritual equality. Our true identity is Chaitanyam, pure consciousness, the witness of all. The same divine light shines in everyone, breaking down all hierarchies. Social status and body are just temporary costumes. The Atman is eternal. Shankara challenges the norms of his time, saying only self-realization matters. True purity is of the mind, not the body. The real test of Advaita is how we see and treat others. Shankara's first verse is a commitment to honor the Guru in any form, even an outcast. This is the essence of practical Advaita. In the second verse, Shankara uses the analogy of a dream. I am Brahman. This universe is a projection of ignorance, like a dream. The world appears real while we're dreaming, but on waking, we see it was just a projection. Similarly, our waking world is a collective dream, real only as long as we're ignorant of our true nature. Advaita calls this mithya, not absolutely real, not absolutely unreal. Social hierarchies and labels are part of this dream, not the ultimate truth. The sage who sees through this illusion is free from attachment and division. For such a person, distinctions like Brahman and Chandala are meaningless. Shankara's conviction: anyone who has awakened to this truth is his guru. The dream analogy helps us detach from life's ups and downs. True wisdom is seeing the one reality behind all appearances. In the third verse, Shankara uses the ocean and wave analogy. The body is perishable, but the Atman, pure consciousness, is eternal. Our bodies and minds are like waves on the ocean, temporary forms of the same water. The wise identify with the ocean, not the fleeting wave. Delusion comes from identifying with the wave, our body, mind, or social identity. This leads to attachment, fear, and division. But both Brahman and Chandala are made of the same water, expressions of the same Brahman. Realization is shifting identity from wave to ocean. When we know Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman, labels become irrelevant. No part of the ocean is higher or lower than another. Anyone who realizes this truth is worthy of the highest respect. The fourth verse introduces the sun metaphor. The one pure consciousness appears as many, just as the sun appears in many pots of water. The Atman is the inner witness in all beings, from gods to the lowliest creatures. The bodies and minds are like pots. The sun is one, but its reflections are many. The wise see beyond the pot to the sun within. This is unity in diversity. The same self shines in every form. Social differences are like different pots. The light within is the same. The goal is to see the divine unity behind all diversity. When perfected, this vision erases all feelings of separation or superiority. Shankara bows to anyone who possesses this vision, for they have realized the ultimate truth. This is the heart of Advaita Vedanta. In the final verse, Shankara summarizes his realization. The self is the ocean of bliss and pure consciousness. One established in this reality is not just a knower of Brahman, but Brahman itself. Such a person is worthy of reverence by all, even the gods. Spiritual realization is above all forms of power or status. The highest being is not a god in heaven, but the sage who has realized oneness with the Absolute. This verse is a tribute to the Chandala who sparked Shankara's realization. By honoring the Chandala as guru, Shankara shows true humility. He came as a teacher, but became a disciple in that narrow lane. The Manisha Panchakam is Shankara's ultimate acceptance of wisdom from any source. The true guru can appear in any form. The Manisha Panchakam, born from a humble encounter, echoes through the ages with a message of equality and respect. It's more than philosophy, it's a guide to seeing the world anew. True wisdom dissolves ego and the illusion of separation. Our shared divinity is more real than any label that divides us. Look beyond body, caste, or status. See the one consciousness in every heart. When we see this inner light, compassion and respect flow naturally. In a divided world, the Manisha Panchakam's wisdom is more relevant than ever. Every person is a vessel for the same eternal self. Shankara's greatness was his humility to learn from an outcast. The 5 verses invite us all to see the one in the many and to live with true equality and love.